Now we'll be discussing that isolated footing. Okay, so isolated footing is used to support the individual column. So suppose you have 5 columns and you need to support that column. In that case, if you go for the isolated footing, you need to provide 5 isolated footing. Now they can be either of step type or have projection in the concrete base. Step means there will be stepping in different bases. Okay, so in the case of heavily loaded columns, steel reinforcement is provided in both the direction in a concrete bed. Both the direction means in the horizontal as well as in the vertical direction. So generally 15 centimeter offset is provided on all sides of the concrete bed. Now in the case of brick masonry column, an offset of 5 centimeter is provided also on all the 4 sides in a rectangular layers. So when the footing of concrete columns, maybe it may be a slab, steeped or slope type. Okay, now these are some advantages of the isolated footing. So first advantage is this is very much economical. Next one is when the soil bearing capacity is high, and in that case you only provide the isolated footing. Then when the loads on the footing are less, and if the columns of a building are not close spaced, so if they are close spaced, in that case you need to go for the combined footing. When the loads on the footing are more, in that case also you can go for either for the combined footing or ref foundations or pile foundations, etc. And when the bearing capacity of soil is very much low, in that case based on the condition of the soil, you can go for the pile foundations or combined footing or ref foundations. Now types of isolated footing. So basically there are 3 types, that is pad footing or simple spread footing, then stepped spread footing and sloped spread footing. So let us discuss about different types of the combined footing. Okay, so first one is pad footing. So pad foundation refers to the foundation which is intended for sustaining concentrated loads from a single point load such as a structural column. So basically your foundation or footing will be attached with the column. So whenever you are considering a concentration load will be implied on the footing, in that case pad footing is considered. Now this is also called a simple spread footing. So basically this is the simple spread footing. So one base would be there, so on that base that column would be provided. Okay, this is simple, and some cases reinforcement would be provided over there. Now this reinforcement can be provided in 2 direction or in a single direction. So this is simple isolated footing or pad footing. Okay, so our next topic is stepped spread footing. So in the stepped spread footing, as the name suggests, there will be stepping in different bases. Okay, and the reinforcement as well as will be provided in different steps as per the load condition and as per the design condition. Okay, so next one is stopped footing. So this is stopped footing. So basically in that case, in the step footing, what happens? So basically this is a single base and this is another base. Okay, so in the stopped footing, this is elevated, this portion is elevated, and after that another base will start. So in the top view it will be looking like that, and in the cross section it would be look like this. Okay, this is a totally column, and over here this portion is slightly cut. Okay, to make this stopped footing. Now the shape of isolated footing. Now the shape of the isolated footing, it may be square shape, it may be a rectangular shape, or it may be circular shape. Now the square shape of footing, this type of footing has a square shape and it is constructed on stable soil. When the soil is stable, in that case it is provided. Now the rectangular shape of footing, now this is the shape of isolated footing, and this shape has a rectangular shape, it is rectangular in type. So when you need a rectangular shape, then use this type of the shape. Suppose we need to construct a rectangular building. In that case you cannot provide square shape or circular shape. Okay, so in that case you only have to provide the rectangular shape of the footing.